So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about the current affairs for June first week 2026. So let us start. And I hope you are aware that we give you question and answer. And so whenever I'm giving you a question, you have to think in your answer in your brain and answer it because this is a recorded video. So you have to answer yourself actually. So let's start with the first question. Which of the following institution became the first in India to receive AICTE approval for standalone diploma in bamboo technology? So the right answer is option B. BRTC Chandrapur is the right answer to this question. Bamboo Research and Training Center at Chandrapur became first institution to get AICTE, right? In Maharashtra. Bamboo Research and Training Center. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. So, of course, this is open to the students who have passed the class 10th, and this is actually for the duration of 3 years. Let's move on to the next one, which was the first Hindi newspaper commemorated on the completion of 200 years of Hindi journalism. Now, Bharat Times, Hindustan, Dainik Jagran, Udant, Martand. So, you have to tell me first Hindi newspaper, and we have recently completed 200 years of that. Right answer is Udant, Martand. D is the right answer to this question. To celebrate 200 years of Hindi journalism, Union Minister Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia inaugurated or released a postal stamp and first day cover page of this Udant Martand newspaper. This was started by Pandit Jugal Kishore Shukla and it was India's first Hindi newspaper. If someone is asking what was India's first newspaper, then I'm sure you must have heard Bengal Gazette. And this was started by James Augustus Hickey. Or James Hickey. You should remember it because sometimes in GK this question is also asked. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next is who among the following assumed charge as India's new CDS, Chief of Defense Staff? So like we have Army Chief, Air Force Chief, Navy Chief. Similarly, we have another 4-star rank officer called as CDS, Chief of Defense Staff, and he is actually Secretary in Department of Military Affairs, Ministry of Defense. And what is the name? So answer is General N.S. Raja Subramani. So C is the right answer to this question. And he will succeed General Anil Chauhan. So General Anil Chauhan's tenure has recently completed. And that is why we are having General N.S. Raja Subramani as the next CDS. Okay, Chief of Defense Staff. He has taken the charge on 31st May 2026. He is the third CDS. The first was General Bipin Rawat, who unfortunately died in a helicopter crash. Second is General Anil Chauhan, and this is the third one, General N.S. Raja Subramani. Let's move on to the next one. India's first SEZ, so Special Economic Zone, to be developed by urban local body will be located where? Karasur, Vilanur, Tatanchawadi, Bahor. What is the right answer to this question? So basically the right answer is option C. C is the right answer. You can see this is actually a place in Puducherry. First special economic zone developed by a municipality. Okay. So there's another one also in Puducherry. So this one is actually the first one in Puducherry. Next is India signed BrahMos missile deal with which country? So basically BrahMos actually is a missile that has been developed by India with the help of Russia. India and Russia jointly. So earlier we had decided to sell it to Philippines. Now this time Vietnam. India signed BrahMos missile deal with Vietnam. Okay, so that's what you should be knowing about. So C is the right answer to this question. So what is BrahMos missile? It is a ramjet powered supersonic cruise missile. So it is a cruise missile. Supersonic means its speed is more than the speed of sound. And it has been developed by, so BrahMos actually, if you see it carefully, it is Brahmaputra is a river in India. BRH has been taken from there. And Moskova is a river in Russia. So BrahMos. Brah plus Mos is BrahMos. This is the name of the missile developed by India's DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, and Russia's NPO. NPO machine, I don't know the pronunciation. It's a very long pronunciation. It is also a defense manufacturing firm. Okay. So these two have together manufactured this BrahMos missile. C is the right answer to this question. Okay. Next one. Yes. So we have actually decided to sell it to Vietnam. Next one is which of the following clubs on UEFA Champions League 2025-2026 won title? UEFA is a very famous league from Europe and a football match. I'm sure you must be aware. And the winner is Paris Saint-Germain. D is the right answer to this question. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. What is the theme of World No Tobacco Day 2026? So the theme, the right answer is option C. Unmasking the appeal, countering nicotine and tobacco addiction. So D is the right answer to this question. So this is the theme this year. You can see D is the right answer. And what is the, when do we celebrate World No Tobacco Day? 31st May. It was established by WHO in 1987. Let's move on to the next one. Which of the following two organizations are jointly implementing Maha Water Mission? So right answer is option B, ANRF and Ministry of Jal Shakti. So ANRF stands for Anusandhan National Research Foundation and Ministry of Jal Shakti. Okay, these two have together coming up with this water mission, Maha Water Mission. Okay, Mission for Advancement in High Impact Areas Water Mission. It's a 200 crore project, है ना? Okay. Next is India is currently the largest contributor of uniformed personnel to UN peacekeeping operations. First, second, third, or fourth? Right answer is option B, second. And India is the second largest contributor after Nepal. So 2 Indian peacekeepers to be honored posthumously after the death on International Peacekeepers Day. Okay, that is what it was in the news. So the name is Lance Havildar Harbhajan Singh. He was on a mission, United Nations Organization Stabilization Mission on Democratic Republic of Congo. Next is Naib Subedar Surjit Kumar Pradhan. He was actually deployed in UN mission in South Sudan. Okay, and they both will be given Dag Hammer Eskejol Award, very famous award given to the UN peacekeepers. It is named after second UN Secretary General. Okay, UN Peacekeeping Force get this award. And other than that, 2025 Military Gender Advocate of the Year was given to Major Abhilasha Barak also. So B is the right answer. Let's move on to the next one. The base year of the wholesale price index has been revised from 2011-12 to what? So it has been revised to 2022-2023. Even for GDP also? For GDP calculation? Or for nominal GDP calculation or GDP at constant price calculation? Earlier the base year was 2011-12. It has been updated to 22-23. That is what you should be knowing about. Okay. Next is an wholesale price index is released by Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Next is which of the following organization launched India's first naturally degradable milk pouch? The right answer is Mother Dairy. You can see it here. Mother Dairy is very famous in Delhi. If you live in Delhi, you must have heard about this. Milk and a Mother Dairy. So they have made this naturally degradable milk pouches. Because earlier there were plastic pouches which were actually plastic pouches are very dangerous, non-biodegradable. So that's why they are coming up with this, which is environment friendly. C is the right answer. Next is which of the following team retained IPL title by defeating Gujarat Titans in the final? So basically, the right answer to this question is option D, Royal Challengers Bangalore. D is the right answer to this question. So this actually you must be knowing it because IPL is very famous in India. So everyone knows about this. So you can see it here. So it is of course the main sponsor is Tata. And Royal Challengers Bangalore last year also won it. This year also they defeated Gujarat Titans. So won this. Okay, so this is the second title. Most valuable player was Mr. Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Okay. And that's what you should be knowing about. Now, let's talk about the next one. Which of the following states launched CUET Bachao Abhiyan to promote sustainable farming practices? And the right answer is option C. Mizoram is the right answer to this question. CUET Bachao Practices Abhiyan under Ministry of Agriculture Farmer Welfare. Okay. And the governor of Mizoram is General V.K. Singh. He has earlier served as the army chief. I'm sure you must be aware. Next is the Supreme Court recently ordered removal of encroachment from which ecological landscape? The right answer is option C, Agastya Malai ecological landscape. C is the right answer to this question. Okay, Agastya Malai Biosphere Reserve is very important, very famous. It is in Kerala. And actually it is in Kerala and on the border of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. But it is said to be in Kerala. Directed time-bound eviction plan for encroachment in the protected areas. Encroachment means actually people start making their houses, shops and other things in the biosphere reserve, which is not correct. Of course, it is harmful for the environment. C is the right answer to this question. Let's move on to the next one. Yes, you can see. What is the name of the anti-terror operation currently underway in Rajouri district of Jammu and Kashmir? So the right answer is, what is the right answer? Right answer is option C, Operation Sherowali. Rajouri is actually in Jammu and Kashmir. I'm sure you must be aware. So this was very much in the news. Okay. Operation Sherowali in Rajouri district. Next, Malaysia has recently prohibited social media account. We are seeing this. We have seen in Denmark. We have seen in France. We have seen in Australia. So they are banning social media accounts for children for less than 15 years, less than 16 years, like that. So Malaysia has banned it for children under 16 years. They cannot register on the social media platform. Next is Meesho. This is actually an e-commerce firm. So like we have Flipkart, Amazon, Myntra, many others. Similarly, Meesho is also an e-commerce firm. They have partnered with which stock exchange under Project Shikhar? So right answer is Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE. And I'm sure you must be aware, Bombay Stock Exchange is the Asia's oldest stock exchange. Established in 1875. And its index is Sensex, Sensitivity Index. Okay, so Project Shikhar is an initiative launched by e-commerce platform Meesho and Bombay Stock Exchange, etc. Okay, that's what you should know. So B is the right answer to this question. Now, let's move on to the next one. Who among the following won India's first gold medal at Asia Under 20 Champions Athletics Championship? Right answer is option C, Mogali Venkatram. C is the right answer to this question. Won gold in the men's 100 meter at Asian Under 20 Athletics Championship in Hong Kong. Now, so that's what you should know. It happened in Hong Kong. Now, let's move on to the next one. And the next question says, who has been appointed to chair the committee probing procurement of services for on-screen marking? So recently on CBSE had introduced on-screen marking. It means actually, let's say you have written the copy. This will be actually scanned and put in the digital format in the computer. And the teacher will check on the computer, on the touch screen. And then they will give the marks, and then accordingly, you will get actually the marks. So basically what happened was, in the on-screen process, there were some issues that happened that were raised by the students. That, for example, some students said that, instead of my copy, some other's copy is showing in the on the digital website when they asked for the answer sheet. Okay. So there were some mistakes in uploading and these things, and that was in the news. So they have decided to probe that issues, on-screen marking, etc. And the right answer is option B. S. Radha Chauhan will be the head of that committee. A chairperson of the Capacity Building Commission to investigate. So basically, there are a lot of CBSE, OSM Rao happened, and a lot of officials were transferred. So Radha Chauhan, chairperson of Capacity Building Commission, has been constituted to examine matters related to this on-screen marking system. There are a lot of backlash happened. People criticized it, etc. So government had to reduce the re-evaluation fees. Rescanning of thousands of answer sheets happened. Okay, so the mismatch of the answer sheets. Somebody wrote it. Some of the pages were missing also. Some of them were blurred, scanned. Means it was not properly scanned. So the students, when they asked for the answer sheets, they could not see what they have written, or what the marks is given, or whether it's their actually a copy or not. So these are some of the issues. You know better it. On-screen marking controversy. Next is the Supreme Court recently ruled that married daughters cannot be excluded from what? So and the answer is compassionate appointment. What is compassionate appointment? So for example, if let's say, God forbid, a person is working in a government organization and the person dies during the service, generally the near relative is given. For example, if there's a male, the wife is given, and sometimes a son or daughter is given if the wife is not available or something like that. So earlier married daughters were excluded from there, that okay, married daughters will not be given. But now actually the Supreme Court ruled that the excluded married daughters from compassionate appointment is constitutionally untenable. You cannot exclude that. So they had set aside means overturned the order of the Allahabad High Court, which has said that they excluded married daughters from the definition of family. C is the right answer. Okay, next is Mission Senajori aims to develop which unique textile sector? Pashmina silk, Eri silk, Muga silk, Tusa silk. What is the right answer to this question? So basically it is related with Muga silk, and Muga silk is actually very famous in the state of Assam. Okay, I'm sure you must be aware. Anna. So Union Minister, Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia, he is the Minister of Development of Northeast region also. Anna. He has launched Mission Snehojori for Assam Muga silk. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. Next is, which of the following indigenous missile system? Indigenous, whenever you see the word indigenous, it means made in India. Indigenous means actually we have not imported, we have made in our own country. Okay, indigenous missile. But generally, whenever it is used indigenous, like in many cases, some things we import, but by and large we have made it in our own country. That is what the idea is. So more recently, flight tested by DRDO and Indian Air Force in June 2026. The right answer is option C, Rudram 2. C is the right answer. Air to surface missile. Air to surface missile, it will be launched and dropped to the surface. Okay, Rudram M. Anna. It was launched by Sukhoi M30. Sukhoi M30 is a fighter jet which is used by Indian Air Force, and I'm sure you must be aware. Next is, India's stock market currently ranks 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. What is the right answer to this question? The right answer is actually C. 7th is the right answer to this question. India slipped to 7th position in global market capitalization ranking. Okay, so that was in the news. You can see it here. So let's say USA में we are having these two, Nasdaq and National Stock Exchange. So this is one. Then we have China, Shanghai Stock Exchange and Shenzhen Stock Exchange. So this you can say at the second. Then we have Japan at the third, Europe at the fourth. Fifth, we have Hong Kong. So basically, sometimes nowadays Hong Kong is considered as part of China also, but okay, you can consider it separately. 5. 6th is Taiwan. 7th is South Korea, and 8th is India now. So basically, there are fluctuations that are happening, and today I saw also that actually India has gained back to 5th. So it keeps on moving on, up and down, etc. But for the past many years, we have not slipped to 7th, but now these were reports that were coming in, so it was actually wrong news for us, or a bad news at that time. But now we hope that things will improve. So this we are talking, India had got 7th rank on June 2026, since we are talking about June 1st week. Next is, Dalai Lama won his first Grammy Award for audiobook, best audiobook narration and storytelling recording. So audiobook, nowadays everyone is knowing these things. C is the right answer to this question. So best audiobook, the award was given for his spoken word album Meditations, the reflection of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, for which he has got this award. Next is, who among the following recently became the 25th Chief Minister of Karnataka? Without election, actually, Mr. Siddaramaiah was the Chief Minister. But there were some actually within the Congress is ruling in the Karnataka. There was an agreement that after serving a particular period of time, it will be transferred to Mr. D.K. Shiv Kumar. So he is now the Chief Minister of Congress, Chief Minister of Karnataka. Okay, so A is the right answer to this question. Next is, who among the following will head the Supreme Court appointed expert committee to review the Aravalli range definition? We have seen a lot of disputes. Last year, when Environment Ministry submitted the definition of Aravalli, a lot of criticism happened. Then Supreme Court initially accepted the definition. Then they actually stayed the matter later on. Now the Supreme Court has said that let's appoint a new committee headed by Kanchan Devi, Indian Forest Service Officer of Madhya Pradesh cadre. B is the right answer. Okay, Aravallis are here, on the eastern coast of on the eastern portion of Rajasthan. Next is, Justice V. Bohanna is the second woman who was directly elevated to the Supreme Court from an advocate. So from an advocate, directly she became a Supreme Court judge. She did not become a High Court judge and then become a Supreme Court judge. No, directly from an advocate, she became a Supreme Court judge. Okay. Before that, we have seen Justice Indu Malhotra was the first female from a bench, from a lawyer, from being a lawyer. She directly became a Supreme Court judge without even becoming a High Court judge. So that happened. So C is the right answer. First woman advocate directly elevated to the bar. From the bar. From the bar means from the lawyer. From being a lawyer, directly made the Supreme Court judge in 2019. Justice Indu Malhotra. We have seen other judges also, but less cases where directly a lawyer was made the Supreme Court judge. Generally, they are made High Court judge, then they become a Supreme Court judge. But we have seen some occasions where directly a a lawyer was directly made a Supreme Court judge. Next is which of the following villages is being developed as India's first model border village? Right answer is option C, Chumur village in eastern Ladakh. It is a part of Vibrant Village program. So I'm sure you must be aware in the the Vibrant Village program, actually the idea is in the bordering areas with China. Vibrant Village program is being launched to ensure development in these bordering areas. That is the idea behind this. Okay. Next is which of the following country has formed a new government with more women than men ministers for the first time in the history? That is very important because these types of questions can be asked. Right answer is option D, Denmark. And Prime Minister, she herself is actually a female. So there will be 21 ministers and 11 will be women. So that is why it is actually a very important news. Now the next is who has been elected as the president of 81st UN General Assembly. Very, very, very important. Mr. Khalilur Rahman, the foreign minister of Bangladesh. C is the right answer. Very important. Andhra Pradesh first India semiconductor mission project has been developed in which city? So right answer is option D, Visakhapatnam. OSAT facility, that is outsourced semiconductor assembly and testing facility, is being developed here. Next is which of the following cities hosted first ever World Yogasana Championship 2026? So right answer is option C, Ahmedabad in Gujarat from 4 to 8 June. Where 500 athletes participated from 79 countries. Next is 100th Ramsar site of India. It was declared on World Environment Day. World Environment Day is 5th June. You have to answer in the comment section that what is the theme of World Environment Day this year, that is in 2026. Because days are very much asked in the exam, I'm sure you must be aware. Right answer is option A, Surhatal was declared as 100th Ramsar site. And I'm sure you must be aware Ramsar Convention was signed in Iran in 1971 to protect wetlands. Next is which of the following state imposed a 1-year ban on tobacco and nicotine-based food products? So right answer is Nagaland. B is the right answer. Next is natural gas has recently discovered at Sri Vijayapuram, which was earlier called as Port Blair, capital of Andaman and Nicobar. Sri Vijayapuram 3. So of course, right answer is option B, Andaman Islands. Okay, that's what you should know. Next is which of the following foreign universities received approval to establish a campus in Bengaluru recently? University of Liverpool from England. Yes, C is the right answer. So in Whitefield, actually it is in Bengaluru. Whitefield is a place in Bengaluru. Which of the following campaign was launched in Madhya Pradesh on World Environment Day? So Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam. World Environment Day is on 5th June. We have discussed. Next is Neelkant Mishra has been recently appointed as Executive Director of World Bank from India. B is the right answer. India's Executive Director for World Bank. Next is which of the following teams India defeated recently to win SAFF South Asian? It's actually called as South Asian Football Federation. So right answer is India defeated Bangladesh. C is the right answer. At Madgaon, Goa. Which of the following organization launched India's first telemetry-based study of river lapwings? So it was launched by Bombay National History Society. River lapwings is what? It is not a river, it is a bird. So Bombay National History Society, they research on birds, etc. India's first telemetry study of river lapwings in Ganga Basin. So this is river lapwings. Okay. Next is who has been recently nominated as South Korea's first female prime minister in 2 decades? Right answer is option B, Hang Seong-suk. So we are talking about prime minister because in South Korea, we have actually, we have seen in recent years, we have seen a lot of issues in South Korea with regards to president, prime minister, etc. So you have to be very careful. B is the right answer to this question. Next is which of the following countries launched installation of grand statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj recently? So basically it is Israel. Israel's Consul General in Mumbai. So like we have embassy in capital. Similarly, we have Consul General in other countries, other cities. For example, Consul General, Israel's Consul General is there in Mumbai. And or I would say Israel's consulate is there in Mumbai. And the head is called as Consul General. Yaniv Revach actually installed it. Grand statue of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj in Israel. Yes, you can see. Which of the following ministries introduced standard package size for edible oils recently? So the right answer is Ministry of Consumer Affairs. C is the right answer to this question. Department of Consumer Affairs and the Ministry of Consumer Affairs. So this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share this video. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.